There we go. So without further ado, Minda, I'll turn the time over to you.
Hey, everybody. Hey, singers. It's great to see you. Welcome. I just want to ask really fast who can you guys virtually raise your hand if you were in my presentation last year? I see just one. Or you can do the like raise hand if you have your video off. Okay, cool. Yeah, just a few of you. Okay, awesome. So, hi. Hello, everybody. This is my little at-home self-tape studio, by the way. I wanted to show you guys, like, that's my self-tape wall, and I've got, like, all my fancy lighting and my sewing machine, my ring light, and everything. Self-taping is so important right now for singers and actors. So I actually wrote an article for Classical Singer for CS Music about self-tape. So you should look that up and get your self-tape things in gear. So welcome to my presentation and my masterclass. I know you guys have been doing a lot of work this week, and you'll continue this weekend on singing technique and acting and phrasing and bringing your songs to life and auditioning and all that. And today I want to talk about something completely different. I want to share with you some of my journey, basically from going from a very sad, broke, starving artist to a high earning, happy, successful person, and how I stopped living on this sort of low level vibration and went to really living the life of my dreams. And I'm just going to change the view. I want to share this today with all of you in the hopes that you can take this my years and years and years of struggling and suffering as a performing artist in New York City, and you can skip ahead so that you don't have to spend 5, 10, 15, 20 years struggling as a performing artist. So I want to just tell you a little bit about myself. I'm a singer and an actor and a voice teacher. I've lived in New York City for about 20 years. I have a master's degree in opera from the Manhattan School of Music. I have a Bachelor of Music. My undergrad was in vocal performance. And I thought that I was doing all the right things. I was studying with the best teachers. I was going to the right schools. And it just wasn't happening for me in opera in the way that I so thought that I deeply desired. It was really, really hard. I spent thousands of dollars taking audition classes and getting audition outfits and making sure I had the right hair and was working with the right pianists and literally pounding the pavement in New York City. I lived in Harlem. I had 6 roommates. I was waiting tables. I was a nanny. I even like handed out flyers on the street. I was like super, super broke. And I didn't get it. I was like, I'm doing everything. Why is this not working for me? And about 5 or 7 years ago, I guess I had like a spiritual, emotional, physical, like wake up call. And I finally realized that my mindset and what I was telling myself about myself as an artist, I'm not good enough. It's supposed to be hard. It's always going to be hard. You're always going to struggle. That then had become my reality. So because I told myself all the time, you're not good enough and it's going to be hard, that is what my life became. When I started taking accountability and responsibility for my own thoughts, and then my actions started reflecting those thoughts, my career changed almost overnight. It was nothing short of a miracle. I now can report that and I'm not saying any of this to brag, I'm saying this in hopes that it helps you, but I now earn well over 6 figures as an artist. I have an apartment on Central Park on the 17th floor in a beautiful building. I have traveled the world to over 85 countries as a singer, and I get paid thousands of dollars to do that in a show that I wrote. My teaching studio has quadrupled. I have over 100 voice students right now. This is the craziest one, I booked the very first television audition I ever went on. It was for a show called Gotham on Fox, and I booked it. Like, I had no idea what I was even doing. I never even imagined that I would, I would go from opera singer to working on television. Um, all of these things happened. I started getting standing ovations in the middle of my show that took my breath away, like 2 minute standing ovations that just felt like, what's happening? Like, what has changed in my life? All of this started happening because I started changing my mindset about being a performing artist. I started taking responsibility. I stopped the thinking of I'm not good enough and I'm never going to make it. And I transformed that into I am good enough. I am going to make it. Things come easily to me. And I want to share this journey with you guys today because like many of you, I went to conservatory. I did all the things that I thought I was supposed to do, and it didn't work for me. It was still really, really, really hard. I'm like so passionate, my computer's shaking. Sorry. It was still really, really, really hard. So my hope today is that I can share some of the stuff that I learned in the 15 years of pounding the pavement in Manhattan, so that you don't have to struggle as much as I do, or as much as I did. So I am gonna. Did you guys get the PDF that was in the chat? I think it's also It's also here, and I will also screen share it.
It's also in on the website under the class schedule.
Yeah, I think
So
it's cool.
yeah, under Minda's class schedule, you can find it there as well.
Um, and then I'm just gonna. Well, before I open that, well, let me think. What am I gonna do? Yeah, I'm gonna share my screen and I'm gonna show this to you guys. Okay, so this is what I call the 5 things I didn't learn in music school that changed my life and career. So I have talked about these things quite a bit, but this year, obviously, they're a little different because of hello, COVID, hello, pandemic. And we're all coming off of this year kind of like, what the heck am I supposed to do now? I don't know if you guys feel that way, but I certainly feel that way. It's like, okay, like, are we back to normal? Like, what, how? I haven't been singing, I haven't been practicing. Like, and for me, the most surprising thing I think is that there's a lot of like, and I don't want to get too dark with the COVID stuff, but I also want to be really real with you guys. I think there's a lot of pain and like grieving and disappointment attached to the last year that we're all sort of trying to work through together. I was actually talking to my coach just this week, and I was like, I don't really know what to do with myself right now. Like, how do I move forward? And she was like, I think the very first thing you need to do is to have a really real conversation with yourself and ask yourself, is this career something that I still want? And I know that probably, like, maybe your gut reaction is like, yes, of course I do. But I guess I'm offering a moment to you all of quiet and offering you to take a moment this weekend, whenever you can, sit outside in nature or take your journal and really ask yourself, is this performing arts career the career that I still very deeply desire? And if so, what does it look like? Is it opera? Is it Broadway? Is it TV film? Is it teaching? Is it like, what is it? And we'll talk about this a little bit more. And you may not have those answers. And it could be a really scary conversation for you to have with yourself right now. But it's also an opportunity to make a huge difference in the next 5 years and you moving forward. What I'm really encouraging you to do is to get the feedback from yourself. So not from a voice teacher, not from your agent, not from your mom and dad, not from your best friends, but from yourself. Deep down, what is it and how is it that you want to move forward in this industry? Because the industry's changing, and it has changed, and it will probably not ever look exactly the same. And I think in a lot of ways that's really good. And in a lot of ways, it's maybe sad and it's different. But don't just, I guess I encourage you to not just leap forward without taking a moment to like, how do I want to shape my career? What actually are my dreams? And there's no shame if you don't know, and there's no shame if the answer is no, but take that moment to recommit and then get the support that you need. So I am a really, really big fan of hiring to your weakness. Yes, I've like gotten this great success and like I'm making my money and doing my things, but I am the first to admit that I have coached myself to death. So I really invest in getting the help that I need, the support I need. So I have a therapist, I have a life coach, I have a financial planner, I have an accountant, I have a voice teacher, I have an on-camera teacher, I have 2 managers, I have an agent. So like those, really get clear on, do you have the support and help that you need to move forward right now? Because it's not really clear. It's not really, and it's certainly not easy. So that's my little, I guess, pep talk to all of you. As things start to gear up, just take a moment for yourself and recommit to your dreams, to your passions. And that leads me to the second one, which is be yourself, find your authentic self. Now, I know you guys, you're probably all way younger than me. I'm 41. I just turned 41. Wah, wah. And if I can help you with anything today, it is this. Be yourself, find your authentic self. What do I even mean by that? How can you find yourself? I spent like 15 years just trying to be Kelly O'Hara and just trying to be Audra McDonald. I would watch their YouTube videos and I would literally copy their phrasing or even like their hand gestures. I mean, it was weird because I thought, oh, if that's what it takes to make it, then I'll just do what they do. I remember I was singing a cabaret show and the pianist said to me, Minda, just be yourself. And I was like, I swear, I just broke into tears because I was like, I have no idea who that is. And I really didn't. I had no idea who I was as an artist and more importantly, as a human being. All I know is that I kept telling myself, it's really hard. You're probably not going to make it. You're probably not good enough. And he was like, well, name things that you are. And I was like, well, I'm a wife. I'm from Florida. I'm a daughter. I'm a voice teacher. And he's like, that's not really who you are. Those are just labels. And I was like, I have no idea who I really am. So how do you figure out who you really are, right? Well, there are a lot of ways. And again, in this hour, I can't teach you how to figure out who you are, but I can share with you the tools that have really, really helped me. So I was in an airport traveling to a gig and I saw a book in the book stand called You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. And under here, I share like all the books that like changed my life. Oh, I spelled ass wrong. That's nice. It has a bright yellow cover. And I started reading that book. And at the same time, I started doing this meditation, Desire and Destiny, that an actor friend sent me. And it was like a free trial. And I did those 2 things at once. And I had like a brain explosion. I realized that it really was my fault, my responsibility that I wasn't living the life that I wanted because of how I was treating myself and what I was telling myself and what I wasn't telling myself. So those 2 things, and I'm just sharing them because they like worked for me. You can go buy them on Amazon. It won't cost you more than $50. And then I started this like spiritual awakening, and I read probably 2 books a month, and they're all like self-help motivational books. And I do meditation every day, and it is a daily practice, but this got me started. So I hope that it will get you started. And then other things that you can do. You can take walks in nature. You can sit outside. You can meditate. You can pray. One of the biggest things that I do is a morning ritual. And my morning ritual, I do it every single day. It's the first thing I do in the morning. I spend 10 minutes with a journal, or 20 minutes or 30 minutes, however much time I have. But every day I write in my journal. And I remember when I was younger, I used to think that was so like, who writes in a journal? Like, I don't need a journal, but I need a journal. I encourage you, go get a journal, write in your journal. And then I spend 10 minutes in meditation. And you can do that however is comfortable for you. You can just sit in a chair outside. I listen to like Enya or like meditation music on YouTube. And then I spend 10 minutes, at least 10 minutes exercising, some sort of movement. And then I spend 2 to 3 minutes in prayer. And I do that every single day. That's my morning ritual. And I have found that the more I do it, the more in touch with myself I really am. I find myself writing things in my journal. I'm like, who's that girl? Like, that's me. I started to get in touch with my deepest desires. I started getting in touch with like all the negative things that I was telling myself. And these are things that are free. You can do them all the time. But because I wasn't ever doing them, I didn't have any sort of awareness of what I was actually telling myself. My mind was literally just, running ragged. Be yourself, find your authentic self. Again, I can't teach you to do it in an hour, but you can start doing these things today. I can say this for sure. What does Oprah say? Like, I know this for sure. You will not get the success that you so deeply desire as an actor, as a singer, as an artist, or as a human being if you are trying to be something that you're not. And it makes me so emotional because I tried for years to please everybody else. I tried to get it right. I tried to just do what everybody told me that I should do. And it didn't get me anywhere. And I ended up just being sort of lost and hurt and anxious and depressed and all the things because I wasn't honoring myself. You can get success in that way by, doing what you think the industry wants or what you think you need to do to get success. But it will come at such a cost. It will come at such a suffering and struggling that it won't really even feel like success. And for me, it certainly was not sustainable because I was just go, suffering, struggling, and I never really felt I had anything to show for it. So that is my lecture on be yourself, find yourself. Are you guys with me? It's so hard on Zoom because I just see your headshots, which are lovely. Can you write in the chat? Can you? Yes. Okay. Yes. Yay. Hi. Thanks for waving. So surround yourself with inspirational material. Surround yourself with people and things that inspire you, that uplift you. So if you are really threatened by somebody's success on Instagram, unfollow them. Like, if people are haters in your life, unfollow them. They don't need to be your friends. Like, some real talk. Surround yourself with things that light you up. So follow, every day is a good day on Instagram. I don't know what that is, but follow. And then the other point to this is you are powerful artists. You do not need to get advice about yourself and about your career from every single person that you meet. You don't need to ask the Starbucks barista if you're a good singer. You don't need to ask your Aunt Susie in Louisiana. She doesn't know. She's not a performing artist. The more you, oh yay, I like seeing your faces. Thanks, guys. I swear to God, I think I asked the recycling man once to listen to me sing. And he was like, oh, I think it's good. But if he would have said it was bad, I probably would have been like, oh, I need to take a voice lesson. Why do we let everybody in as artists? Safeguard your person, safeguard that core. And I am a highly spiritual person. I'm going to talk about God. I talk about the universe. You guys can insert whatever works for you. But I believe that who you really are, and again, these are all my opinions, but who you really are is from God, is from the universe. So you have to safeguard that, and that has to do with your talent. In my life, I have like 5 people that I let in, that I let their opinions influence and change my career. It's my voice teacher, my acting teacher, um, my on camera teacher, and I have one mentor who's a singer. Okay, that's 4. Guess who I didn't say? My parents, my best friend, my husband. This is some real talk, guys. Safeguard your gift, safeguard your heart. Keep your heart open, but know your worth. Know that you have God-given talent, and 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 the Starbucks barista and your Aunt Susie and whatever, they can't touch that. That's you, and that is your right, your privilege, and your honor to share that with the world. So, like, if you want to like just sign off now and go like get a journal, like I'm good with that, or go meditate, like I'm good with that, because the world needs your authentic voice now more than ever, and it doesn't need it through the lens of like what your you know, XYZ opera or XYZ music school thinks or is telling you that you should be. I know I get in a lot of trouble from schools because I say things like this. I don't care. I spent like 20 years thinking, and a master's degree. Okay, a master's degree. So how many hundreds of thousands of dollars is that? Okay, hello, Sally Mae. Like I'm 41 and Sally Mae's still in my life. Why? And I don't even sing opera because it was never me. And I never honored that, because I was like, no, everyone thinks I should sing opera. Everyone thinks I should sing opera. So I like plowed ahead and did it. And then I got super depressed and struggled for 15 years because that wasn't my path. When really my path was acting, writing, singing jazz and cabaret, but like I had no idea because I didn't know who I was. Okay. I think I've nailed that one down. Are you guys are you guys good on how to start finding yourself and finding yourself? That sounds so woo-woo, but yes. I know you guys are woke. I'm sure you do all this stuff anyway. You meditate, you do that stuff, I hope. If not, start now. I started when I was 35. There's a question. Yeah, you can unmute and ask it.
Hi,
Hi.
Minda. My name is
Hi.
Lee. So first of all, thank you for talking to us, and everything you're saying just been such a reminder. I really needed to hear this today. I just wanted to ask you, so did you said that opera was never the path for you, but do you think if you never started there, you would end up where you are today? Like, or and also, do you still have a passion for that type of music? Like, do you think it's possible to just have passions for all the music, but you're only focusing on one at the moment?
Yeah, I mean, I think you can't have regrets, really. You know, of course, I wouldn't be here today because this is called classical singer. So if I hadn't studied opera, like I wouldn't even know that this magazine existed. So I'm thankful. And I also, like, this also sounds crazy, but I do feel like my struggling was also to help people not struggle, because I've written and done so much work with young singers on how to not do it. I feel like that was just my path. Like I had to go through that so that I could help y'all. Um, that sounds like really like, oh, I'm a martyr or something. I don't feel like that at all. But now in hindsight, I'm like, well, if I hadn't done that myself, I wouldn't know, and I wouldn't be able to share. And I also just wouldn't have grown and been the artist and person I am today. I still love opera. I still, you know, I still sing it. I mean, not professionally, really. I sing it on cruise ships, but they don't know that it's not really opera. Um, and did I just say that? Yes. Like I put O mio Bobbino down like a third, and they're like, amazing. They just didn't, they don't know. It's okay. And But I did make a very hard decision and actually my voice teacher sort of made it with me. I just made a decision that I wasn't going to pursue it as a career. I do think at some point you do have to commit to a path. I also sing jazz, I sing pop, I write music, I play guitar, I sing legit musical theater, I belt. Like, I, you know, um, but I don't say I want to be an opera singer anymore. For me, opera required a lifestyle and a commitment that I really wasn't able to do all the other things that I needed to do. It's a new world. That was 20 years ago. You guys might feel differently, but that was my experience. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Um, okay. I am finding yourself as like accepting what you find is the hard part. Um, if you find yourself, if you can't not accept it because it is so it's so connected to the universe, it's so divine, it's so connected, and you'll start to see that by diminishing it, by talking bad about it, by holding it in a box, by turning off your light, you're turning off the light of God, you're turning off the light of the universe, and you're not doing anyone any, oh my God, I want to have a nervous breakdown. You're not doing anyone any service by diminishing your light. Because when you shine your light, you give permission to other people to shine their light. You inspire people. You show the glory of your gifts through yourself. Like I'm doing right now. Like I'm bragging about my success, but in doing that and telling you guys and shining my own light, I'm giving you guys permission to do the same. Does that make sense? Yeah, okay. All right. Okay, we're moving on from finding yourself, but we're going to talk about it a lot more probably. Okay, the next thing is how to make real money. All right, here we go, guys. Real talk. If you are broke to the point that you can't go out with your girlfriends once in a while, that you can't buy a new outfit at H&M or get your hair done, or you're stressed every month about paying rent, you are going to suffer. Your life is going to be sad. It is not. I know that I get like people are like, there's integrity in being a starving artist. Really? Like, really? Why? Like, yeah, in school, like, why? Why do we have to be broke? Like, I mean, yeah, like, okay, in college, like, yeah, pre-med, they're broke and pre-law. And then they get out of school and they make like hundreds of thousands of dollars. My friend has the same education, actually a little less than me. He's a radiologist. He makes $800 an hour. And we go sing for what, a meal sometimes, or $25, or like, oh, split 100 with you and your 4 musicians. Look, I am here to say, if you are a broke artist, your art is going to be broke. How? If you walk into an audition and you're like, if I don't get this job, I can't pay rent. How is that? Like, how are you not projecting that energy into the audition? If you can't do fun things in life, your life is not going to be fun. Like, I like to go out with girlfriends and drink wine. I like to go on vacations. I like nice clothes. I like to get my hair done. Does that make me less of an artist? Why do we feel like we are less? I felt like, no, Minda, you must struggle. You must be broke. There's integrity in that. Okay, those days are over. If you guys need to hear it, you don't need to be broke. I don't believe you need to suffer and struggle to be an artist. All right, so how do you not be broke? Oh wait, I have some stats here about artists, because I know, like, I remember I was so naive. My God. Somebody said to me, oh, it's really hard to be an artist, and like, it's hard to make money. And I said, all I need is one hit. Okay. 2% of 2.5 million SAG actors make a living acting. Okay. The median income for an equity union member, that's the Broadway union, is $7,500 a year. These are real numbers. This one's my favorite. Tony Award winner Katie Huffman She was Ula in The Producer. She created the role, said she considered herself lucky to be in a Broadway show about once every 10 years. Okay, this is the reality. If you work in Germany, you may get a fest contract and get a salary, but in the United States, artists don't get salaries. We live gig to gig. So what am I telling you to do right now? Build, you guys are going to like want to throw things at me. Build parallel careers, sideline careers, graphic design, teaching yoga, website design, accounting. What skills do you have right now? I don't care if you minored in it or double majored in it. You don't have to. Are you good at social media? Like, I need somebody to do my social media right now. So send me your resume. I'm at Minda Larsen on Instagram, so you guys find me. What sideline skills that you don't hate? Do you like bartending? Do you like Pilates? Do you like what things can you make money from right now? Write them down. Like right now. Like write them down. Like write down 3 things. There's so many, do you like tour guiding? Do you like, social media, yoga, website design, graphic design, writing? Like, what are those things? Write them down. And then the second part of that, and if you are really brave, write them in the chat, because then you guys will inspire each other. Like, you may have skills that you didn't even know was an employable skill. But artists and actors have amazing skills that we don't even know, like problem solving, communication skills that people will pay a lot of money for. That leads me to my next point: get a great day job. Go ahead and throw stuff at me. Look, don't get it if you don't need it. If you're making money, enough money to live comfortably as an artist, then please go do that. But if you're not, get a great day job. Why? Benefits, health insurance. Like, I'm sorry, but that's the world we live in right now. We need it. You can also, they'll give you things like 401ks. You know that you're having $1,000 in your bank account every 2 weeks. You don't have to live in desperation. If you hate the job, like if you feel like you want to die, don't do it. There are programs like the Actors Work Fund in New York City and in LA, and they're all online right now. That's what I did. I got a career counselor, and they helped me find an amazing sideline career that pays my benefits, pays for my cell phone, sends me to Europe, and I work 100% from home. It is like a dream job. I could never get a singing gig again in my life, or an acting gig, and I'd be okay. Like, do you know what that does to your mind when you're an artist? I know you guys do know. So don't put any shame in having a job where you get to use your brain and your skills and make some real money. And then when you get your big break, and I hope that we all do, I'm still waiting for my big break, we quit that day job. And we thank God in the universe for that day job that got us where we are now, and we quit that day job. Okay. Do you guys hate me? Makeup artists, cosmetology, esthetician, social media. These are like amazing. No, teaching voice lessons is a sideline or parallel career. I also teach voice lessons. You all, I'm guessing, are highly trained singers right now. You could all be teaching voice lessons right now. You could put on your social media a trial. I'm teaching 30 minutes for $30. I'm pretty sure you're all qualified to teach 8-year-olds Disney songs. Okay? $30 times 4 is $120. Times, if you do 2 a week, $240. That might be a quarter of your rent. That's real money. That might be half your rent. That might be your groceries for the month. That's real money. Teaching, I mean, my teaching business, like I said, is, I have 100 students. I have a wait list, and it's all via Zoom right now. Like, I'm going to my grandfather's house in the mountains this weekend, and I can teach and make money. Don't think that you aren't worthy. No imposter syndromes here to teach. That's an amazing skill set that you could develop right now, and it could be your own revenue stream, your own business. Okay, so yes, teaching is, okay, raise your hand if you have a financial planner. Raise it in the chat. Oh, one. Really? One? Who has a retirement? I see you guys laughing. Who has a retirement account? If you're in high school, okay, two. I mean, my mom helps. Yes. Well, if you're in high school, you guys are going to be, you're going to think that this doesn't apply to you, but it does. I know. I'm still in high school. It doesn't matter. Then you should send me a thank you note after this because nobody told me in high school. Everybody, go to your bank today and open a retirement account. I am not kidding. You put $100 in that account. I'm going to cry about this too. Why do we not have savings? Why do we have to live paycheck to paycheck? Why do other people get to retire and artists have to keep working? No, we don't. We live in an economy that you can get return on your money if you invest it, but I'm just telling you right now to go open a Roth, a traditional or an IRA Roth. Okay? And you can put $100 in it a month, 25, 75, whatever you can do. You can write it off on your taxes. You can no longer say that nobody told you to save your money. Every little bit counts. If somebody had told me this right now, or when I was, 20 years ago, you deserve to have money. Like, you deserve it. You deserve to have financial freedom, and start right now. Okay? High schoolers, tell your mom that you want to open an IRA. And one step further, go to your bank and ask for a financial planner to talk about retirement. Most of the times the banks do it for free, or it's like 1% of the money they make. So yes, I see you guys writing this down. I'm with Citibank. Go get a financial planner. You deserve it. And then one step further, learn to do your own taxes, or hire a really good accountant. Teach yourself how to do QuickBooks so you can manage all of your, this is like my class 2.0, but I'm just throwing that out there. Okay. Anybody have any questions about like money? Financial independence equals freedom, equals power, equals living a better life. If you're able to do fun things that make you happy, you're going to be more happy. Like, why was that so hard for me to understand? Like, you deserve to do fun things that make you happy. Vacations, nice clothes. Find a way to fund that. This is for those of you who aren't married to somebody who's funding your career, a spouse or a family member or a grandparent or a parent that's funding your career, or that's not independently wealthy. If you have those things, great, but most people do not. So I want to give you the real talk to start planning for it now. Okay, I'm talking a lot. What's next? Oh, yes. Okay, this is a really good one. I need to speed up. Oh, wait, that's my cheat sheet. You guys aren't supposed to see that. Cancel. Stop share. Wait. Admit. How do I stop share? Okay. Share screen. Here we are. Okay. Create your own work. All right. Long story short, when I was after graduate school, I thought I was going to walk out of school as an opera singer and become a Broadway star. Well, that didn't happen because I never learned how to do acting or sing Broadway, but minor things, or dance. So I got a gig on a cruise ship. Long story short, I went away on a cruise ship. It was an amazing gig for almost 3 years. I traveled the world. I met my husband, who is a Russian acrobat. So that's a whole nother story. And I came back and I thought, okay, I'm going to be on Broadway. It still didn't happen. So with my best friend, who was a pianist, and side note, singers, your best friends or spouses should be pianists. Like, yes, because pianists are singers' best friends, and we need them and we love them. So my best friend and I put together a cabaret show that I wrote that was called How to Find True Love on a Cruise Ship. It was about how I met my husband. I made my own costumes, no joke. I was hot gluing like feathers and doing things. I spent $500, which at that time was a lot of money for me. I put that show up at an off-Broadway club. I did all the marketing. And long story short, that show blew up and changed my life and career. I now am booked as a headline artist on cruise ships when that returns. And that's how I've traveled around the world. I get paid thousands of dollars a week to go on a cruise ship for a week, do my show. They have my posters up on the walls, and they fly me home. So no joke, they fly me to Tahiti. I'm on a ship for 10 days, sitting outside drinking pina coladas, do my show, and they fly me home. That's because I had the idea to start doing a show on my own. I made my Carnegie Hall debut as a cabaret artist because I had performed in all the New York City nightclubs and venues, and I had established myself as a cabaret artist writing my own work. A big production at Carnegie Hall called me and said, will you be a soloist at Carnegie Hall? It's not because I was the soprano soloist in The Messiah with, the New York Philharmonic. No, that way didn't work for me. It's because I created my own work. I also call this my secret project, your secret project. I bet you guys right now could write in the chat one thing that you've always wanted to do as an artist that you've never done. If you want to be really brave, write it in the chat. Is it record a jazz album? Is it direct children's theater? Is it to open your own theater? Write a screenplay, write a play, learn to play guitar. Like, what is your secret project? And today, at the end of this class, I want you guys, even if you don't share it, I want you guys to know what your secret project is. And I want you to start acting on it. Why not? Your secret project could be the thing that sets you apart. Lin-Manuel Miranda, hello? He wrote, directed, starred, did everything. Look at what he's done. So many artists now are not just singers. They're like singers who also direct, who also make short films, who also play guitar, who also have a jazz album, who also write folk music, who also sing opera, who also fuse jazz and opera. That's what the world is right now. And nobody's going to hire you to do that until you can show the world that that's what you have to offer. Create your own work. You can start with social media. You can go on social media, and I do a thing which is scary as heck, and I tag, this is my dream role, and I put it up on social media, and I tag casting directors because I don't care. Or I tag the Broadway show or whatever. You can do that stuff now. If you guys want to go record your dream role, do it and tag me and I'll share it. Why not? On the other side of the fear is the life that you want. Yes, on the other side of the fear is the life that you want. I feel scared every day, but I just keep doing it anyway. Okay, create your own work. Wait, I want to see what you guys wrote. My own performing arts studio, produce and write an album. Yes, direct a musical, opera Anna. I mean, this is amazing, guys. Cabaret is super fun, film and TV. I need that quote on a t-shirt. What is that quote? Start a singing bakery like the Starlight Diner. Hello, that would be amazing. I love these. So you guys write down your secret project and circle it. And if you need an accountability partner, just tag me on Instagram. Beyond the fear is the life that you want. Yeah. And then my final point today is to follow the green lights. What do I mean by this? Do things that light you up. Do things that make you you. Follow the joy. Follow the green lights. Trust your inner voice. Once you start getting in touch with who you really are, it will get easier and easier. It is practice. It's daily practice. Don't learn to just tell that inner critic, thank you, and literally stop thinking about it. Change the thought. Oprah says you can just choose another thought. And that's what you have to start to do. And you have to start listening to, you are good enough. You've always been an amazing actor. Why don't you go try acting? You've always loved jazz singing. Why don't you take a jazz class? You've always loved Shakespeare. Why don't you take a Shakespeare class? And right now, all this stuff is available via Zoom. Once you get your money coming in, you'll have a little bit of money that you can take these classes. So, I mean, start listening to the green lights inside of you, and then the industry will respond. Because I didn't know who I was, all I got from opera was red lights. Maybe I got a couple yellow that I like barely like climbed through because I was so exhausted and overwhelmed. But mostly I got red lights, and that made me depressed and sad and anxious, and I'm not good enough. Once I got in touch with who I really was, I was like, oh, I'm not supposed to be an opera singer. I'm supposed to be I'm supposed to be an actor because I booked the first gig I ever even auditioned for that paid me thousands of dollars. Hello. I didn't make thousands of dollars in like 5 years as an opera singer. And it sounds so crazy, but it was that easy. Not only did I book the first TV job I ever auditioned for, I booked the second one, which was on HBO, which is like nuts. Like, this is like nuts stuff. And then I went and did my cabaret show, the same show I had done hundreds of times before, and for no reason, the audience erupts into a 2-minute standing ovation. And I cried on stage because I was like, whoa, this works. The industry started recognizing my authentic self because that's what I was giving, and I started getting the success that I dreamed about. I started getting money, I started getting jobs, I started feeling good and having fun. And I'll just leave you with, I say, star in your own damn show. This is your life. This is your one precious life right now. Don't wait for your Metropolitan Opera debut. Don't wait for your Broadway debut. Start living your dreams right now. What does your dream life look like? What can you do? Little things that don't cost a lot of money, that bring you joy, that make you feel like a complete artist right now. Invest in yourself. Read inspirational things. Be around inspirational people. Buy yourself little gifts. Dye your hair whatever color you want your hair to be. Wear whatever clothes you want to be. Get the freaking tattoo if you want it. Yeah, like, I'm probably not supposed to say this, but this is your life. You don't owe an explanation, or you don't need approval from anybody. Star in your own damn show. And I want to tell you guys that the life that you so desire is available to you. It doesn't have to come at the cost of being sad and broke and miserable. Your dreams, it's available to you. Okay, I just want to add one more thing. Please message me and be in touch with me. I do sometimes do coaching. Right now, I just don't have the time. So if you ask me for that, I will definitely reply, but I probably won't be available. I have a course online that is basically the same as working with me. It's like 10 private lessons with me. It's called the Starving Artist Solution. Until Sunday, May 30th, the course is 50% off. It's $99. It is something that I have put together with so much love. I just want to show it to you guys. Really in the hopes that you guys can start, there's me with my band, start living your dream life and you don't have to go through all the things. So it's like modules with videos and workbooks. I give you like resume templates, how to get the right headshots. The resume template that I include, see, it's all these things. It's all these things. So if you want to delve deeper into any of the stuff that I'm talking about, it's all in here. It's only on sale until Sunday for $99. The resume template that I included, I spent $200 on that. So it's a deal. It's also, or it will be in my Instagram link. I haven't done that yet. Okay, let's start our singing bakery. Thank you guys. I think we have room for a few questions. If you guys want to ask me anything about my journey, path, investing money, auditions, I would love to hear from you, or just say hi. A lot of what I talk about, I've written about on Classical Singer. So if you subscribe to the website, you can read a lot of those articles. Are you guys there? Cindy, do you have a question?
Oh yeah, I just saw that on your website. You said that there's an option for like a payment plan. Could that be applied if you used a discount as well?
Yeah, I'll figure out how to do that.
Okay, I was just
I don't
curious.
think it's set up yet, but I can figure out how to do that.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah. What work from home that allows you to travel and perform? I work for a magazine in New York City. I've written about it quite a bit, and I'm an event manager. So I organize events for like 2,000 people that happen twice a year. So when I'm not doing the events, they happened this year. We are doing it. They happen in October and May. So like for the 6 weeks before those events, I'm pretty busy, and I just sort of tell my agents and managers like I'll do what I can, but I'm not 100% available. And then the rest of the year, I'm available. Um, the the world has changed. I'm pretty sure with most jobs you could negotiate a work from home option right now, which is for an artist life changing because you can audition like, hello, this is my voice studio, and then there's my like self tape. So it's like all like I work and then go do an audition. I mean, that is one amazing thing about the pandemic. Is going to college a good start? Going to college for theater a good start for going into the career? Yes. Um, However, I'm going to get in trouble for saying this. I don't always feel college is essential. This is like from somebody who has a master's degree. You can also train with really good people on your own. Meeting them is a hard thing to do without a college or university, but you have to be good. You have to be good. Everybody's good and talented. You have to find the right people to help you be good. If that's in college, great. If that's not, great. If you want to get into acting, you need to be in an acting class with professional actors. That like I take acting class every week. I take on camera class. I take class all the time. You are constantly learning as artists. What thoughts do you have for someone who started way too late for the traditional career path? What's way too late? I'm 41 and I decided to be an actor.
I started singing when I was 45,
Go for it,
44.
girl. There are so many amazing roles for women right now on Broadway in opera that require real women. Like all the stuff that I do, Next to Normal, Fun Home, like these women are real, come from away. And opera singers, like I don't know what you sing, but that's even better because your voice develops later. So yes, what's too late? There's no too late. Well, at least that's what I have to tell myself, or I just cry and quit, which is not happening. Good place to find meditations. I do the one that I do is wait, where is it? It's here. This is the one that changed my life, Desire and Destiny. It's on the Chopra app. I just really resonated with me as an artist. You do have to buy it now. I think it's $39, but like if you're new to meditation, it's $39. I think you guys got the PDF, but these are books that I call it my spiritual medicine. Like read, so that you're constantly in that high vibration of people that know about this stuff and can help you. What else? To teach voice lessons, do I need to wait until I finish my undergrad? I'm a senior in high school and have taken... No, you can teach 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds. I mean, no. I mean, if you need help getting started, ask your voice teacher, pay your voice teacher to teach you how to teach. Say like, how do you structure your lessons? Or pay, this is what I'm talking about, invest in yourself. Pay somebody to help you, and you do 30-minute lessons and they're $30 or whatever, You're not going to charge, what I charge or what my teacher charges, but no, get started. What are your best tips for starting your own vocal studio? Same what I just said. Put it on your social media. Start with your cousins. have them write a testimonial about you and how amazing you are and how much they've learned. I mean, yeah, we just do those things. Start with your best friend. Nobody needs to know it's your best friend. And then start. And if you're good and you're helping your students and you're, coming from this place of really helping them live their dreams, then they'll tell their friends and then it will grow organically. I've never done any marketing at all for my voice studio. For opera singers, or is it? Yeah. So Broadway and opera are blending. Kelly O'Hara sang at the Met. Renee Fleming sang in Carousel on Broadway. So, and it's happening across the country, and it's going to continue to happen because opera needs the boost from musical theater. I hate to say that, but it does, because people know musical theater. The mainstream ticket buying people know musical theater a little better. So opera houses are gonna continue to put on big shows like Carousel or Oklahoma or Sound of Music or Kurt Weill and stuff like that. That has a more mainstream appeal. I think it is super important, unless you're really, really, really working consistently in opera, to be able to cross over at least a little bit and sing Rodgers and Hammerstein or Kurt Weill, and not sound, I mean, this is my own opinion, and not sound like super, super opera. But to be able to cross over, I think is a really, Megan Pachera, she did a class. She played Christine. She's trained as an opera singer, but she knows how to act and is really, really important. My friend is the Phantom in Phantom of the Opera, and he trained as an opera singer, but he also trains extensively as an actor and crossover. So those skills are really important. Is that everything? I think so. Well, it was so great to connect with all of you guys, and I hope that you were able to take away some tips for moving forward and living your best life as an artist. If you ever need a pep talk, or I don't know, somebody to just say yes, you can do it, you can always shoot me a line. I would love to hear from you. This is me at Minda Larsen on Instagram.
Minda, thank you so much. Seriously, like I'm not a singer, and I feel like I just got a lot of really great information, really, really fantastic, yeah, just tidbits and nuggets of wisdom. So thank you so much, Minda. We love having you here with
My
us,
pleasure, guys. I'll
and
see you all soon.
yeah, everyone's saying thank you. So, all right, well, thank
Okay.
you everyone for joining us. We'll see you in the next class.
Bye.